Hello, welcome to Rapid Regeneration. I'm David Escamilla. I'm not a doctor, not a medical professional, not making medical claims or claims about diseases. Man, I'm so excited that you're learning this information. I'm just here to spread this information, to share what I've learned, and an unwilling journey that I had to go on because I basically made myself super sick. Now that you understand my origin story, and just got to the point where I was so in despair and felt horrible every day and felt like I was trapped in somebody else's body, and looked around at my life, and I lost the will to live. But I was never somebody who would take their own life, so I just thought, well, I guess I'm just going to be here for another 50 years just miserable. But you know what? I figured out, I stayed curious, and I figured out from other people who helped me with their information how to get out of it. So I am so excited that you're learning this information, whether you're trying to solve a health problem like I was, or whether you're already healthy and well, but you know you can perform better, you know you can have more energy, you know you can do more, you know you can go to the next level. And I've done that as well. And so I'm here to share that. Around 8 years I've been pursuing this as of the time of recording, since 2015. And so I just wanted to let you know about the role of supplements, because what's about to be laid out for you that you're going to learn is a foundational program where if you follow this, and if you go in sequential order, going through the foundation, then I would be shocked if you did not have amazing results. And so I'm going to be talking a lot about supplements. And this is about what's the role of supplements in helping you to achieve your goals. I believe supplements are the key. They are the key. Now, I'm not saying that supplements are everything, because you have the key, and then you have the door, and then you have the doorway, and then you have what's on the other side of the door. I mean, you have all these things. In order for you to really transform yourself, it's going to take supplements, but it's going to take other things. It's going to take what you're eating, healthier foods. It's going to take lifestyle, your environment being more healing. It's going to take emotions, positive mindset, and self-love and self-care, and it's going to take other modalities, which are like techniques, biohacking techniques and lifestyle techniques. It's going to take all of that. That's you unlocking the door, opening the door, going through the door, and immersing yourself on what's the other side of that door to get where you need to go. But what I'm saying is that the supplements are the key to unlocking the door. They are special, they are magical, and some people resist this, other people embrace this. And I understand if somebody's skeptical, because when I was super sick for 4 years, I tried supplements. I tried a bunch of different supplements, and they didn't work. Didn't work at all, and it was frustrating. And so I pretty much wrote them off. But basically, I then came across the first high quality, powerful supplements that I had taken. And you know what? They helped have a very powerful effect. And that's when I realized, okay, definitely less than 5%, maybe 1% or 2% of the supplements on the market are of high quality. Not to mention not using toxic filler ingredients. And so it doesn't have to be that hard to start transforming your health. That's why supplements are magical. They're special. And if you're in that position, you can let yourself be helped. like when you're lying in a ditch and somebody offers their hand to pull you up, and you just take it and it just pulls you up, lifts you up, elevates you. That's the power of supplements. But again, 98, 99% of the supplements out there are not going to do that. So I understand if you've had a bad experience like I did. But once you find the right ones, it is amazing. We live in amazing times. If you think about it, we have all these modern problems, all these explosions of health issues that are going on, and all this toxicity in the modern world. But what we also have is the most amazing ability to source nature's ingredients from around the world, whether it's herbs, botanicals, or potentiated nutrients that are extracted. You can get nutrients from the Amazon forest, and have them extracted and through all this modern technology, and basically created and manufactured and to your doorstep at a reasonable cost. When could humans have ever done that before? It wasn't possible. Maybe kings and queens could have had it done for a small fortune, but not as effectively as we can now. If you look at even certain vitamins or minerals or whatever it is, that these potent nutrients, the technology has never existed, and so now it can. And that's really the role of supplements. Is, I hesitate to say it's magical, but it's technology, and it's a modern solution to, in many cases, what is a modern problem, which is how sick that people are, and how underperforming people really are, and compared with their full energy potential. And so basically, as you go through this, I understand how daunting it can be to change the foods that you're eating. And so my message is, don't worry about it at first. Okay, don't worry about what you're eating, because when I was in the depths of feeling bad, I was really quite addicted to the foods I was eating. And the idea of giving them up or changing and just starting to eat, super healthy foods, it wasn't going to happen. And it was very intimidating, and it basically would have turned me off from doing that. And so if I were you, or if you were me, if it was me going through this, I wouldn't worry about the food. I would worry about that later. And don't get me wrong, you can achieve a lot with these superfoods, these whole foods, raw foods. You can achieve amazing results. But, the supplements are the key. When I was going through that, my approach was, I'm not going to change what I'm eating. It's just, I was pretty addicted, but I'll spend an extra $500 or $100 to improve my health. I felt like I had nothing to lose, but I was just going to add that in and just see what happens. So in other words, it really didn't take any effort. It just took a commitment it was a monetary commitment at that point. And, I felt these effects. It was quite subtle to me. And by the way, when you're first taking supplements, it may be better to take a liquid form, because a lot of times the whole gut and the whole intestines can be clogged up, and so it doesn't necessarily absorb nutrients very well. So, and that's why the first cleanse that we're going to talk about is the intestinal and the gut cleanse. That's one of the reasons why you have to get that pathway cleared. But basically, I was taking some of these, and I did feel some subtle effects, and I felt like things were being stimulated in a good way. And then from there, it just kept going. I started doing the cleansing, the total body cleansing, and from there it was just, wow, just took off, and felt the powerful effects This was all without changing what I was eating at all. And basically, after several weeks of doing this, or maybe it was a couple months, I actually felt a desire to eat. Like, it was weird. I remember just waking up and I'm thinking, you know what, for lunch, I'm going to make like a big salad with like eggs and chicken and, avocado and a bunch of lettuce chopped up and what else? Other vegetables or something. And, that was a very unusual for me. I was not a salad person. Before that, lunch would have been, I don't know, processed foods. And so for me to do that, it was the start. I really felt I craved that. That's what I wanted to eat. And then later on, it was, okay, you know what? I really want a big bowl of fruit for breakfast, or I really want to make a smoothie. It's what I wanted to do. I craved it, and my appetite started to change. My desires started to change as I started to get more cleaned out. But what was cleaning me out in the beginning was the supplements. It was the supplements. It was doing the full body cleansing, which again is really just supplements. It's not really changing what you're eating. As my gut got cleaned out, my liver function increased. As I cleaned out the parasites and the harmful organisms, which, by the way, were probably affecting my cravings for unhealthy foods. And then I got the kidneys filtering and cleaned out some of the heavy metals, and then just kept going. All those things just helped raise my body's awareness, and I think that really contributed to changing what I was wanting to eat. So if you're intimidated, if you find it daunting that you're gonna just change all the things you're eating, and I know you have those foods you're thinking of right now that you're thinking of it, and it's like this craving, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna fight off this craving, but I'll probably give in later today and go eat that food. Don't worry about it right now. Don't try to fight that beast. It's too vicious. I mean, you'll tire yourself out, and you'll exhaust yourself. So don't even worry about that now. Use your energy and your focus and your commitment to figure out this other area, to give you momentum and energize you and make you feel better, and ultimately hopefully change what you're craving and to eat. And that's what I have found working with many other individuals as well, not just with me. That's what I found is most effective. So that's why I'm laying out this information in a certain order: supplementation, total body cleansing, then the food, if you're ready to make some changes to the food, then other supplementation, then more understandings about the food, then other things you can do, techniques, lifestyle techniques, biohacks, in that order. Now you can skip around if you want. It's your life. But that's why I lay it out in this order. Now, there are some people that they worry about supplements. They say, well, herbs are too stimulating. You shouldn't take herbs. I can understand that. But again, when I was in my desperate spot, I didn't care that herbs were too stimulating. I just wanted to feel better. I just felt bad. And so that was a complete non-issue to me. Even today, being super healthy, I'm not worried about too much herbs being too overstimulating. Although I understand, I recognize that there is some risk there. Also, I understand some people might not want to take vitamins or minerals or potentiated nutrients that are isolated and put those in the body. They're worried about creating an imbalance because they're not really bound up in a food. And trust me, I understand that as well. And I'm not saying everybody should take every supplement that's out there no matter what. There's nuances, there's certain situations where it might be appropriate or it might not be. And so this is going to be covered more in depth. There's a segment about vitamins and minerals. I'm very careful about those. I don't just say, hey, just take a multivitamin. It's a lot more nuanced in my personal approach for me. So that segment is going to cover it more in depth. I understand there's some liability there. I understand there's no perfect solution. But I also understand some of these things are very powerful. And so I want to be expedient without being overly expedient. I want to have the quickest results and the most positive effects as quickly as possible, without overexposing myself to risk or harming myself. And so there is a balance in this type of approach. Oh man, so when I was going through this, it got me excited. I mean, it put my faith back in humanity, and I went from having a 1% belief that I could ever solve my health problems to that percentage just shot up. My confidence went up, my energy went up, my optimism went up, and all this just, it started to turn around, and it was the supplements that did it. At that time, I wasn't even thinking about food. Changing what I was eating was not difficult. And I felt like doing it, but it happened over time, and it started with the supplements and with the total body cleansing. And had I not done that, I really don't think I would have had the gumption to change what I'm eating. So there's some amazing supplements out there. Now it's time to get into it in the total body cleansing and the supplements that are involved in that, the process that's involved with that. This is going to be amazing. If you've never learned this information, it's going to be amazing and eye-opening, and I'm super excited for you. I remember what it was like for me going through that, and it was just, I felt like the world was imploding as I was learning this. It was absolutely revolutionary, and I'm just super excited for you. Different supplements are good for different things. There's a time for detoxing and cleaning. There's a time for building up, back up, and strengthening. This is true especially with herbs. You can also target and specifically tone different parts of the body. If there's a system of your body that needs help, just like a sniper rifle can pinpoint something, you can do that. And so, man, I already talked about the quality issues with supplements. There's so many toxic fillers that are used, not to mention the ingredients themselves, which are subpar and not potent. A lot of times you'll have a $100 bottle of supplement with $10 to $20 of actual product in it, and even the product that's in there is weak, and then it has all these toxic fillers in it. There are so many problems. I have just done a lot of work. I used to be a professional investigative writer, so I understand how to figure something out, figure out the truth of something, and discern things. So if I'm going to recommend a supplement at rapidregeneration.com, please know I have a very good barometer for figuring out what's what. And I would never compromise my reputation for recommending anything that's of a lower standard. I want to only refer to the best quality and also fair value, where a product is only being marked up 1 or 2 times, not 5 to 10 times in terms of its price. Lastly, the last thing to consider about supplements before we move on into the program, just understand that, you've heard the expression that time equals money, or money equals time. I forget which one. Money is time. Well, money equals time, which equals health, which equals money, which also equals time. They're all interconnected, because the more money you have, the more time you have to focus on your health, the more healthier you can get. The more healthier you can get, the more money you're going to have, which the more money you have, the more you can invest in your health, which the more healthy you are, the more time you're going to have. So this is what I've come to realize over the years, is that money is time, is health, is time, is money, is health, is time. They're all interrelated. And supplements are no better example of that. Whereas you can change what you're eating at really, I want to say no cost, because it really shouldn't cost that much more, maybe a few dollars here and there, to eat healthier as compared with what you're already eating. And there's another segment regarding the expense of getting healthy and eating healthy, but the supplements cost money, money that you wouldn't be spending otherwise. And so that's one of those things that you have to make sense of before doing it. And that's one of the big obstacles, one of the reasons people don't do it. They think, well, I tried some supplements in the past, they didn't work, and I don't want to spend $50 or $100. And this creates a block for somebody achieving the results that they want to achieve. So just understand, it's one of those life facts. I didn't make up the rules, but it's just the way that it works. If one person has more money they can make available to invest in their health with the right supplements, then it's my opinion that that person's going to more quickly and more easily go through this program. Now, somebody could do it completely for free and not spend any money on supplements and just work on what they're eating and these other techniques. It's just going to be a lot slower and take a lot longer and be a lot more difficult. And I don't know if everyone has the discipline to really sludge through that. And so if you're in a position to invest, maybe it's a couple $100 over a several week or a few month period. I'm going to be straight with you. The total body cleansing, you're maybe looking at $200 to $300 to do 2 to 3 months of total body cleansing with these supplements. And so, that's going to put somebody way ahead of somebody else who didn't do that. And so now if you don't have the $200 or $300 or whatever the cost of the supplement is, of the one that you're considering, I understand. I understand. And don't worry about it right now. Make it a goal to do it at some point, and give yourself permission that you deserve it and that you're worth it and that you're going to come back and you're going to knock it out when you're in that position. But just don't worry about it now. Focus on these other free things. Personally, I went all in. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. I went all in. I was in debt. I was not only in poor physical health, I was in poor financial health. I had credit card debt and all. I was really in a mess economically. And I, rather than paying off my credit cards, etc., I bought these supplements and I kept going.